going on, Social Share Club? Travis here, and we've got a great jam session for you today. And I'm just these two people, not one, not two, or yeah, not
Yeah.
one, two. That's how excited I am to see these fellas, and they are great friends of mine, and they're gonna be great friends of yours too, because we've got some things brewing over here in the Social Share Club. We're growing, baby, growth, and you just gotta speak life into it to make it grow, and gotta bring people uh, who will speak life into it as well. But before I introduce these two fine fellas, grab the like, uh, drop us a comment. I see Terry already in the comments section lighting it up. Awesome. Getting ready for this great weekend and these two fine fellas. If you need a website or need help with your marketing, head on over to trav.media and you can drop a line. There's so many ways to contact. Get a brand score report, which is an entire outline of your social media and online footprint. Help you out over there. Um, and if you haven't already, bring a friend. Always bring a friend to Social Share Club. People that want to grow. We want to grow with you, and we all grow together. And we want to help you build your business, your leadership skills. And iron sharpens iron, baby. We gotta keep each other in check. So, without further ado, I want to bring on my good friends. We have Mr. Richard Somiari. Richard, go ahead and give us a wave there, Rich. He's like, I love it. I love it. Josh, Mr. Joshua Horner, how you doing, brother?
And how are you?
Good. And we're just chilling here and just spreading. I think we just got off the topic of books, so why don't we just hop into it? We were just talking. Share it with the team. It ain't no fun unless the whole team gets some. Rich, what book are you reading, man?
So right now, I'm jumping back and forth. Funny enough, but you mentioned The One Thing. That's a great book. Forgetting, I think it's by the owner, founder of the Kellen Williams, the massive, the biggest real estate company in the States. And between that and John Maxwell, everyone communicates, you connect. So definitely one more like mindset, staying focused. The other one more, I'd say, what people skills. Yeah. So like to dabble between those realms.
Flexes. Love it.
Mind flex.
Josh,
Hashtag.
Mind flex.
Yeah.
Hashtag. Josh, what are you reading for your mind flex, brother?
Well, this is an inspiration flex, so Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Book came to me from Ethan Stewart, who you know. In that book, the importance of a story, right? Showing people coming over adversity inspires me to really look at my life and be like, yo, who's going to carry the boats? So that book, and then See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar, which, as we were talking earlier, is like help people get what they want, and everything will like come to you as well. And it transitions to giving more than you receive, and learning just how to look at life in a mindset shift. So why is this happening to me, but okay, this thing is happening to me. How can I make an opportunity of it? How can I grow? How can I help others? So constantly feeding yourself with like positive and stories of inspiration from others, man. It's just keys to the soup of life, right?
Love that.
I love it. Love it.
You sparked a
Yeah.
quote, Josh, in my head, and it was like, as you were mentioning, like switching that mindset. And one of my favorite quotes that I heard either from a book or heard someone say was like, "Things aren't happening to me; they're happening for me."
Yeah.
Basically what you just shared. They're happening for me to learn and grow. Everything is meant to happen. Like nothing is coincidence. So yeah, it's good stuff.
if you really if you stay in that beginner mindset of like, okay, the why is it happening to me? It's not just that thought. It's all the behaviors that come from that, right? Because if you're constantly like, why? Well, your demeanor's down. You're not going to be as nice to the people you're going to be interacting with, your job, your work, your workouts. But I was telling this to the two kids I was working with yesterday. I was making them do like a crap ton of push-ups, okay? And the one kid was like, oh, this sucks. And I was like, guys, we get to do push-ups right now. Like we get to. It's 1:00 on a Wednesday. We get to do this. And it's like, if you can just shift it like that. Okay, yeah, we get to. Let's go. We get to go to work. We get to do these things. And I think it opens a lot of doors that way. Like it really opens a lot of opportunity. It does.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Sounds like they got a good coach.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
bro. Thanks, brother. I hope so.
So, speaking of that, Richard kicked off the book question. Let's do a little like, who are you, right? For those of you who don't know Josh, Josh, let's give the club a little bit of a background, a little Genesis story, if you will.
Okay.
Some in the beginning. Now we'll keep it brief, but
So, who am I? Well, what my jobs are as a personal trainer, small business owner, trying to build a brand, stay in it, coach of personal development, support counselor as well. Those are like the titles. And how I got to that was kind of the ways that a lot of people get to bettering themselves. Tragedy. So for me, I lost my parents at a very young age. My father took his life when I was 18, and it really shifted my view on the world. And I was in that mindset of, why is this happening to me? And in that, why is this happening to me? I got super angry. I shut off on the world. I didn't take care of myself. I coped in the wrong way: drugs, alcohol, debauchery of many different levels. And as the time went on, I had seen the repercussions of that mindset, not only in my life, but within the people and the relationships I had around me. I had lost an additional 5 people in 5 years. 3 of those were to suicides. And I was constantly carrying around a lot of pain. You walk forward and someone would pass away, or someone would die tragically from their own hand. And I adopted a lot of pain, resentment, guilt. And living in that, I was out of shape. I was behind on my dreams, behind on my goals, behind on my bills, all of it. And there was a time that, it's a cliche to say, but it was like, I was like, enough is enough. Enough is enough, man. I'm done living in this, in this dirt, in this mindset of victimhood. Because that's really what it was. It's like, when you're like, why is this happening to me? It's kind of like a victim, and I would make a lot of excuses for why I wasn't where I needed to be and where I wanted to do. And it got to the point where I was like, enough is enough. And I started to see the people who loved me were suffering because of my inability to level up into who my potential was. Because we all have great potential. We're all given that. If you don't step into it, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting the people around you, because people benefit from you being better. My sisters benefit from me being stronger. The people that I work with benefit from me being confident and true and an example, right? So I started to learn that a little bit. And this is maybe five years ago when I started to really dedicate myself to getting better in the hopes of helping others. Because I didn't care too much about myself back then after the tragedies and the losses and the mess ups. Like, I didn't care about myself, but I cared about my sisters. I cared about my grandma. I wanted to be better for them. I want to show you guys something. So all of these. Do you see these sticky notes?
Yeah.
Those are all the reminders of the people and the things that I'm doing the progression for, you know? So I started placing these in areas where I could see them. I compiled them on that door, so they're all there, but it was like reminders, like for them, for your sister, for this person. And I had gotten, at this point, I'd gotten up to 365 pounds. I was a big boy. And I remember walking up my steps, like, like up my steps. There's 13 steps in my house. And I couldn't breathe at the top of it. And I was like, bro, like, you got to do something, man. You got to do something. So the things that I learned is like, focus on stuff that you can control. So the things I can control, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, what I'm not drinking, putting down a lot of the alcohol was a big step for me in learning, you know? So I started, we talked about books earlier. Well, books and YouTube was my teachers, and inadvertently my father. You know, I lost my father when I was 18. That's a crucial time for a young man when he's coming up. You know, you need that guidance and that example. Well, my fathers were Jordan Peterson. My fathers were David Goggins, that was teaching me strength, honor, being courageous in the face of adversity. You know, I'm hearing some of these people's stories, and I'm like, all right, man, if these guys can do it, you can do it. And so I started to develop this hardening, this callousing of the mind. He talks about that in Can't Hurt Me. And so I started to lose the weight. And in a year and a half, I lost 100 and at the lowest point, I'd lost 132 pounds. And it was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of taking responsibility for the crap that I was doing and throwing away those excuses. Because I had every excuse in the book, man. I had a lot of excuses. But it also was healing. So when you're like thrown into a lot of tragedy and pain and loss, and if you're not looking at it, because I didn't look at it. I didn't look at any of that stuff. I didn't look at it. I just like shouldered it. And I started looking at it, opening those doors where the pain was, letting it out, sitting with it, mixing it up. I started to heal. And once you start to heal, then you can start to lift heavier, right? So it's like if you're like have a bicep tear and you don't let it heal, well, you can't be bench pressing, you can't be. But if you let it heal, you come back stronger, you go further, you go higher. Started to do that. And then I realized, I was like, okay, if I can do this, I want to get certified in it. So I got certified as a personal trainer in ACE in 2019, and I started the journey into personal training. I love working with people. I always, one of my goals is to break people's minds. And I mean that in such a nice way. Like, I'm a big dude, and at one point in my life, I had a big chip on my shoulder. And I'd be going out to the bars looking for fights because I was angry and mad at myself, not because it was anyone else. It was the fighting of myself. But now I got these tattoos, big dude. I just want to break people's minds in the best way to their full potential through being goofy, being on focused on the task and helping. So I started doing personal training, and I worked at Applebee's at this time too. So I was working at Applebee's. I was doing personal training. I started to get some traction in my life, starting to move a little bit forward. I got out of living in my car. I've been in this house for 4 years now, which is a very big testament to the transition of growth. And working at a restaurant is difficult. I don't know if any of you guys have done that, but you're tested. Well, you're tested every day. Because sometimes customers, they want what they want. They don't care who you are. So it taught me a lot of communication skills, and humbling. So that's one thing too. In my pain, I had developed that chip on my shoulder, and I wasn't humble. I had a lot of pride. Once letting go of the pride and adopting this humility, holy crap. When you dance in humility, then you have the opportunity to grow again. It's so crazy. So the humility factor was happening. I was working at Applebee's. I was training people on the side. I started to write And Travis, I think I've talked to you about this, but I started to write "stay in it" on my hand in magic marker every day. It was behavioral therapy. I was like, got to get up. All right, stay in it. Keep going. If I was like struggling somewhere, I'd look down at my hand. Okay, stay in it, dude. And what stay in it means is like stay in the present, but stay focused, stay concentrated on the task. You got this. And then I got it tattooed on me in 2019, the summer of 2019. I was like, it was permanent. And I started keep going through this. I got hired at ACRP down here in Johnstown as a peer support counselor. And what that is you use your own story through, mine was through like tragedy, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and you use your successes to inspire and motivate others to get through their own journey of struggle. So I had the personal training, I had peer support counseling, I was learning humility at Applebee's, and staying in it was starting to grow, starting to be a mindset that I had started to say, as you see it on my shirt now. And this last year, I finally committed to starting a company called Stay in It in March, and we do clothing, we do personal training, I do personal coaching and development through just really listening to people. The biggest thing that I learned in that training was how to listen. I was so, like, as you guys can tell, I can talk and talk. But you lose some stuff if you're always the one talking. So I learned to listen to others and really listen to where they're talking from in their heart. Because sometimes people will tell you things, but they actually mean something different. And if you can listen to what they're saying from their heart, you can hopefully navigate and shift and guide and lead people to a better them by just listening and being an example. So that takes us to the present, where I'm here now with you, still grinding, still gaining clients, talking to people online, and growing Stay in It from my house here in Johnstown. That's the short version of the story.
Those are the Cliff's notes.
Yeah, those are the Cliff Notes, man. I try to keep it super up. Yeah, but it really is the journey of adversity and realizing that, hey, like, you're not in this alone, because you're not. And I've had a lot of good friends that have certainly stood by my side, especially when I was a menace to society in a lot of ways. And I wouldn't be where I'm at without them. And truly God, like, I putting my faith in a higher power and really learning from that. And the faith, it's taken me to the next level in my personal training, but in my life in general. It's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
So
yeah. There's a lot.
The transition, I remember you at 365.
Yeah.
We've seen each other. We've out and about, and the how to see how far you've come.
It's cool, man.
It is really, it's amazing. It's very similar in some ways to Richard. Richard and I have actually known each other since Richard was probably not far out of diapers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was growing up with my little brother.
Well,
Rich,
tell us.
Tell us, Rich. Give us some of your backstory, man.
Man, no, that's awesome. There was so much stuff, good stuff that Josh has dropped that I like. It's just, yeah, we were taking notes. Anyway, but for me, so name's Richard Somiari. By day, I'm a software sales guy. No, I'm always
Batman
doing everything
night.
at the same time. No, there is no cutoff of day and night, even though there probably should be. But anyway, so background in software sales, collegiate athlete, ran track. But yeah, and similar to Josh, I love what he said there, that usually some of the most dramatic changes, some of the biggest progressions in life generally come from tragedy, if I could talk. you know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, some very similar story. Was always that type of like workhorse. Come from a background of very successful parents, and always I think had the mindset that all right, I need to. Obviously, I think every parent wants their child to do better, but I came from the mindset that like I wasn't ever like enough or doing enough to get to where I was, and it's all just a mental blockage that we put in our minds, and think that there's something that we need to be doing when really, like you said, it's actually holding you back. And so like a little bit of my journey and story to starting flight mode fitness came from a track and field accident, tore my Achilles at Youngstown State, running down the track last meet, or last jump of the day, and just boom, 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 pop. Like it was indoor. All my teammates were like, they're like, I got sniped because it was that loud. It like echoed through the whole like facility. Um, and yeah, I just remember like falling down, just like I remember like putting my hand back there, and it was just like mush. There was nothing there. I was like, that can't be good. Yeah, and it was tough because I was having like my best collegiate year to start. So, like things were looking great, and then it was just like, damn, like this, yeah, what now? So it went through like a phase of like realizing after the doctor told me I might never be 100% again, or like I will be able to jump, but whether I'll be able to be at the jump at the same level is questionable. And it just led to me starting to like have some obviously definitely was down at that point, and it led to me then I don't know, something in me just sparked like, no, I'm not gonna stay down. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna do better. Then and it just like you said, when we fall victim, like, oh, why did this happen to me? And that's very much how I thought earlier, to like not even realizing it's like, hey, how can I overcome this? So I started to like just vlog a bit of that stuff back in the early days of Instagram. One video just caught fire, just doing some more unique workouts in the gym. And yeah, I started getting like a bit of a following. People asking like, "Hey, what do you do for training?" Like, blah blah blah. Oh, I tore my Achilles too. This is so inspiring. That typical story. And so transitioned it, started to make some business. Also got into apparel, and then where things get interesting, similar to Josh's story, was then like post college. I always share this story, but I was on a podcast where they were just asking me, "Hey, how are you going to transition to brand outside of college?" And I was like, "It's going to be fantastic because I'm going to have so much time. I'm doing so much in school right now, and I barely have enough time for it. I'm just going to be working and working on the brand." Yeah, that didn't work out as planned. I gave myself like 3 years and I'm out. But yeah, 6 years later, I'm still working on the brand anyway. But what that led though, was getting into the real world. And I think just honestly, getting so caught up in like possibly like fueling other people's dreams, for lack of better maybe saying, that like just the typical 9 to 5 grind and coming back and actually being like dead tired, and then just poor association, poor like I not even that, but I just didn't necessarily have the control or self control in life, and similar to Josh, drugs, alcohol abuse, like you name it. But quote unquote was very very successful on Facebook or paper because I had a good job, killing it, left, but then things just spiraled downhill like super quickly. And I think it was just got back in the mindset of like, oh, I don't think I'm where I need to be, or I'm not like where I'm supposed to be. Like I should be doing better, blah, blah, blah. All these negative self-talk. And then it led to, yeah, just crap load of depression. Never thought like, I think like Josh, like you look at Josh and I, we're like happy people. And it was like, I never even thought that I would be in that situation. Like couldn't get out of bed. It was crazy. I just like, when I go back to that time, I'm like, wow, it's crazy to think about. But it led to, between faith, family. So faith, family, fitness, freedom. That's actually the 4 pillars of the Flight Mode Fitness brand right now. But honestly, it took those 3 to really help free my mind and begin on this journey of progression and growth. And that led to the rebranding, similar to Josh last year, of the brand, to become more of a platform versus just being like a solo influencer account, as I think it more was earlier on. To, hey, how can, like, what I just went through? I know there were so many other people going through it, and not even realizing it. And I was like, how can I like take the journey that I had, that through people, faith, and just family, was able to overcome, and how can we like package this up in this in a platform that, hey, when people plug into our platform, they're not going to also just see like entertaining fitness videos, but how can we move away from like so much attention on outward appearance, and how can we focus on what really matters is inward stability. And literally that is what then transforms into outward results. Because I realized I needed to fix myself before I can ever, get to where I wanted to be, attract the people I wanted to attract, and so on and so forth. So it led to the rebranding of that. And yeah, the rest has been history. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff with Trap Media, helping us out there and collaborating with a lot of cool people. Having an event coming out in August 21st out here in Philadelphia area. So partner with the Army, partner with a few nonprofits as well, and really like trying to like be more purpose driven, and realizing that once you take your eyes off yourself, it's a beautiful world out there, and there's so many people that you can help and touch, and really just, hey, how can we be a platform to just raise people up and connect, partner with the right people, because you can go far alone, but if you want, I mean, you can go fast alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And I've really just started to adopt that mindset, and I just, settings like this are amazing. And meeting people like Josh and Travis are amazing, because I know, we're gonna just, I, I don't know, but I just, first time meeting Josh, and I'm loving it already, because I know we're about to take off, and there's so much cool stuff and synergy between the things
Amen.
we're doing, and that's the name of the game, man.
Facts.
Amen.
Facts. Facts.
Wow.
Real quick, show some love. This is Richard's website. You guys can't really see it.
I was gonna say I
Richard,
can't say anything, but thanks to
you know
Trav for spicing it up for us.
you know what your website looks like.
Yep, yep.
So head on over to flightmodefitness.com, and then this is the Stay In It Facebook page. Head on over to, just type in Stay In It and join Josh over there.
Do the same thing.
All right, all right, all right. Love it. Loving it.
You said something, Richard, that really hit me. About your Instagram or your page. It was like, you're not just gonna look at, amazing fitness videos. Like it's deeper than that. And you know, if you're training, you can get a great outer exterior, right? You can make it look awesome. But if the inside isn't up to par, that's not really as good as it can be. For me, when I started my journey in fitness, I was losing weight, and it was good. I was feeling good, but I realized too on that journey there was many times I was like, oh, okay, it's time to really start doing some deep work inside. That's really where we need to dive into. And when you can do that simultaneously, and you can really be conscious of that, then as you level up, you can start giving more too. You can start giving out more, because you can't give from like an empty cup or a broken cup,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Like, your water keeps seeping out of your cup, you can't give any to others. So you got to really heal and fix and grow, to have a bigger cup too. It's really cool, man, and really, really, really inspiring story, dude. Keep pushing that. And you said about what, 6 years you're still in it, or still going through the
yeah.
start?
Well, it's been 6 years since college, but I think it started like what, junior year. So add
Amen.
another 2 years to that.
You know, I'm reminded when you said that. I was reminded of that meme of, it was like a picture of the two people, like with an axe that they're going and harvesting for diamonds, and the one dude gives up because it's been X amount of time and he's tired and he's not found anything. But then the other guy, he keeps going, and just on the other side of that one rock was a giant diamond, you know. And it's kind of how it is, man. It's only failed or done when you give up, you know.
Stay in it.
Stay in it. Let's go. Let's take off. Let's take flight, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and going and go. I like that plug there. But yeah, and I think the cool part of that story, I think, I don't know if it's the same one, but they also mentioned like how the second guy, like how he basically like got an expert or partnered with the right person that could then help him, and they found out they were just like blue feet from gold. So it's that's such an amazing story, and something that I always come back to when you feel like you're hitting that hurdle, and then just realizing that some of the biggest hurdles or obstacles are typically lead to the largest or victories or biggest victories as well. So yeah, just stay in it, keep pushing people, and just silence out the negativity, silence out the noise. Like it's crazy when you think about like some of the most of the people that you like truly probably like are there to help you or benefit you, love you. But sometimes it can be tough, because no one, if you're scared of the dream, you're headed in the right direction,
Yeah.
and it's just something that you got to just keep pushing through. And man, it's funny once you stay on that path, how the universe will just begin to like work for you because you're just aligned and you know where you're going already because you're already there actually. And when you have that mindset, it's like it's done.
I was with my grandmother yesterday. I was taking her to a doctor's appointment, and she was asking me about staying in it, and we were talking, and we were just talking about some of the struggles that you have as a company. And what she said to me, she said basically what you kind of just said. She was like, God's got you. As long as you are working hard, you're not cheating anybody, you're not trying to be shady, you're not trying to be someone you're not, it'll all work. It'll all work out. But you got to have faith because it's not always in the timing that you want. And where people kind of they lose it a little bit because they want it now, or they have this thing of what it should look like based off of them. But when you stop looking at yourself and you're like looking at those around you, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's how it can grow into something that will last, not just this fast sprint, but a lifetime of a marathon for a lasting impression of what is in here, And that's it, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's chop wood, carry water.
Is that really?
That's chop wood, carry water. Learn to love the journey.
I'm going to have to read it.
Great book.
So good. And so many great examples. You're just going to be like, oh, this is...
Right? And it's like short and sweet, too. It's like, at least that's good for me. Because I didn't do a lot of reading growing up. And now I'm like in love with it. I'm like, wow.
The audiobook, the first chapter, I think is like 4 minutes. First chapter.
Dang. Let's go.
Yeah. It's really good stuff. I mean, everything's just broken off into chewable pieces, right?
And I don't know about you guys. Like, I actually like chopping wood.
With your fists, yeah. Josh is just bow, bow, bow.
Oh, that's good.
Where I come from, they don't use axes.
Yeah.
Just plunge their fingertips into between the trees, and they bow to the.
Good, it's a good thing.
They break in half.
Amen.
So you fellas got hats on. I don't have a hat on, but I do have a hat. So, Rich, Josh, let's see the hats.
Oh yeah.
Josh's mane.
It's like Ash Ketchum, when ready to battle. No, actually, I think it goes backwards when he's ready.
Yeah. The Stallone movie, Over the Top.
Oh,
Bruce Tyson.
right on.
No, I just gave
Dude,
myself a swirly.
Oh man, that's
Uh,
good stuff.
so, Rich, you've got an event coming up.
Yes,
Tell us
sir.
a little bit about the what you got going on, man.
Yeah, so thanks to you, we're doing very well with the marketing and just content creation. But yeah, so the event, our first annual like fitness expo is what is kind of coined the name Flight School. No, there will not be planes, but the Army will be bringing some vehicles for people to jump into. So anyway, we just wanted to run our first ever event where it's just a community event, for family, because that's a big core of our, as I mentioned, the pillars. So it's like a day in the morning. It's more of like for kids learning like the basics of calisthenics. So um, reversing a bit. So the brand itself kind of was born from calisthenics, just doing a lot of home workouts and vlogging those, and then it turned into, people like actually really interested in like doing home workouts, reaching out to me. But so that's still at our core. What you'll see us sometimes doing is like, I don't know if you've seen like those muscle up 360 catches, or like the
Yo,
pretty like cool calisthenic warriors and
you can
athletes out there. What was that?
you can do the bustle up thing,
Yeah.
dude.
It
I
took.
want to do one. That's one of my goals. You got to teach me.
Come on down, man. We're gonna be teaching people how to do them. I've taught a few guys at the gym now, and they're advancing at ridiculous rates. Like they're just talented
When is
people.
your event?
August 21st. I guess
August.
that's important to put out there. But yeah, August 21st. So morning will be for the kids, learning the basics of calisthenics, getting them like almost like Josh was saying, like that coaching mindset of like how to fall in love with the process, and
It's gonna be where?
calisthenics they can do anywhere. Yeah. So and then going into more of like as we transition more to the adult training workshops, there'll be like a stretching slash yoga routine, just to get everyone ready for the remainder of the day. Um, and then we'll be doing like beginners calisthenics training, also basics more for adults, and then transition to more advanced. So you can actually start the class a beginner and like maybe even move to more advanced by the end of the day, and then ending with some competitions, just very light push-ups, couples push-up contests, pull-ups, you name it. So it's going to be a fun day, community event. Have some great food vendors, foodie, great like fast food restaurants. So literally, we're trying to bring, because it's spirit, mind, body, and spirit. And the idea is like, hey, how can we bring all these things together to help benefit people in these different areas? So obviously, fitness event, but then we have some great nutritional vendors by fast food. Yes, not the fast food you're thinking of. They're a vegan fast food restaurant out here that is amazing. I actually just ate it yesterday. But they'll be at the event, being one of our vendors, and then a personal friend that also has her own nutritional company and actually does box meals for people. So she'll be cooking at the event as well. And then so we ended up once again just trying to become more purpose driven, because very early on in the brand, I think when I started and it was like more personal stuff, I felt like it went from like inspiring people to like, oh, how can we make more money? Like, how can I, continue? Don't get me wrong, we got to be a business, but how can we like rather add value first, and then realizing that the money will come. So we're like, all right, who can we work with here? Ended up partnering with the Army. Ended up partnering with the Weekly Fight. So they're a local nonprofit around here. Their founder is a retired Marine, and what they do it's crazy how all this stuff, going back to like how the universe just works. And just connected with a few people, which led to a connection to another person, and found out that Marty, who's the founder, retired Marine, and essentially he created this nonprofit to help battle like mental health in veteran families. And essentially, so what they do is they fund these veteran families that maybe had lost somebody, going through it, and maybe aren't necessarily getting the financial attention that is needed. So they have scholarship programs and things like that. So 25% of the proceeds from the event are going directly to them. And yeah, the event itself is free for all military, retired, or active duty. And yeah, just trying to like, hey, how can we give back, and how can we continue to like bring mindset, bring food, bring education, and really, help people that were where I was, become one, and just really become to fall in love with themselves. And like you said, begin to also, now once you fall in love with yourself, you can actually give that out. You can't, like you said with the water stuff, you can't give what you haven't already like experienced. So yeah, that's a little bit about the event. I think I touched on the core things. Oh, and iCore Fitness is where it's at, in Westchester, Pennsylvania, so not far from Philadelphia. And iCore Fitness, man, the owner there, amazing, amazing guy. Mark, he's just been so supportive of everything that we've done, and so his story is even amazing. But the gym itself is like a ninja warrior slash rock climbing slash trampoline slash what else is in there? Like everything you can think of. It's a massive like playground for anyone. Like you just jump, you walk in there and you're like, this is so cool. So they have like Ninja Warrior, like obstacles. They have normal obstacle course racing that they'll do, and then but so the idea is we'll have scheduled events as I shared earlier on, but people like with a ticket you'll be able to have access to the full gym, and we'll have like trainers at each station to help people that just want to try different stuff. So, and then yeah, we'll obviously have sponsors there that can share their stuff. The Army will be there sharing some cool things, and they'll have their vehicles there as well. So it should be cool for the kids to jump in, share, check out some of the Army vehicles, and hopefully adults can too. Because I was like, can we do this too? So I think we should be good there. But
What's the
yeah,
policy
outside of
on
that,
test drives?
right,
Yeah.
right. I don't know about test drives.
You said iCore Fitness?
Yeah, iCore Fitness.
Cool.
iCore, one word. Fitness, like
Cool.
iPhone. Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
Maybe we get a van, take a van or a
Dude,
bus of people out.
I know that'd be amazing. I would love to see like a Johnstown squad come in. I know I have a few friends coming in, but yeah, if we can work something out there, that'd be awesome.
It's gonna be
That
a
would be
crazy. It's gonna be a crazy event. I'm pumped for it. The I know what we're doing in the background, right? You know, to
Yes, sir.
make this
Got
thing
a DJ
special.
coming. We're making this just a like I know
Ooh.
people are craving for just connection and just community, after the craziness of 2020. So we're just
Fitness
like,
Expo.
yeah, we're like, how can we just make this a fun event for the community and for people just to get back at it. So yeah, and funny enough, we planned it before everything started opening up, so that was like fingers crossed that things will be cool by August. But yeah, so things are just working out, and yeah, couldn't be more grateful for not just yourself, Travis, for helping out, but everyone that's like making this, orchestrating this behind the background. So yeah, should be cool, man. Pumped.
beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of the information for that is over on flightmodefitness.com. You can head
Yes,
on over
sir.
there and sign up on Eventbrite. So,
And right. Yep, yep.
yeah,
Cool.
starting to ramp up the weekly workshops, the open marketing weekly workshops. So for Trav Media, so it's only $15, and really, if you bring three people, it pays for itself. It's $5. You get $5 for every person you bring, and making it so that way it's not only affordable, but you're impacting people that your network. So very powerful stuff. Talk about branding. You can and many different studies and trainings and networking and how to network and I like using the hive mindset. So someone coming to the table with, hey, I've got this. I'm getting ready to do this, and here's the problem I'm having, and everybody kind of jumps in because and helps. Why would they help, right? Because well, maybe next time it's you that has an issue that people that you would like to get a larger external view of an issue. That's the power of some of these group settings, and not only that, now you're creating depth with relationships and meeting people, and that's then that's the networking, right?
Mm-hmm. Amen,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Everything feeds into each other, and really that's what we're here. That's why we're here, right? We're here to help each other. We're here to build something special and build each other in the meanwhile. So
Amen.
Richard and Josh are going to be coming on as hosts and interacting and engaging with the Social Share Club. I'm super super excited to have you both of you. You both bring so many wonderful talents to the Social Share Club and an energy, and hopefully we keep adding more people and adding more fun and keep talking like we've been talking. Josh, I know you've got to jump here, so
Yeah.
if you got any last closing thoughts before you got to hop.
Hmm. So, closing thought, maybe something that's been resonating with me in, stepping into things like this, where maybe people are apprehensive of getting out to come to a workshop. Maybe they're a little fearful of something. Maybe they have a dream that you know, it's always in their mind, but they haven't taken any steps to it because they're a little fearful of it. Well, guess what? Do the thing that you're fearful of, and the death of fear is certain. You have to go into it. You have to try it. You have to say yes. You have to see the opportunity, and you have to take the step into it. So I'm saying that to myself as much as anyone else watching or listening. If this has like piqued you in any little bit, take the step. Face the fear, open the door, and step into it. Just go. Stay in it.
I'm getting the chills, Josh. Stop.
Woo!
So,
Hair
with
standing up.
yeah.
Run through this glass door
that-
in front of me.
Just start
You know?
running through walls.
Right.
Juggernaut.
And that's the beauty with how you're saying we're here to help each other, because it takes a community, man. If you want to like level up, you can't do it alone. And we're literally providing a space for help, for understanding, for growth, because you're right, Travis. It might be you the next time that needs that. Hey guys, I need some help on this. And if we can start to develop those behaviors, they transition into your life. We level up our communities.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Wow.
Come on,
Facts.
go. Let's go. So it was a pleasure meeting you, Rich.
You as well, Josh.
We'll be talking more. 100.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing, dude. It's truly inspiring. It's amazing. And thank you both. Thank you both for today.
No, it's been a pleasure, Josh. Yeah, definitely. We'll be chatting very soon.
Right on.
I'm
God
sure
bless
we
you,
want
folks. Stay in it.
Yes, brother.
Later,
All right,
boys.
cheers.
All right, fella. Take
Bye-bye.
it easy, buddy. Richard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, what an energy Josh is, right?
Amazing. Amazing. I'm so excited to, just get to know him more. And yeah, I think us three are going to be doing a lot of work together inside the Social Share Club and outside. So,
Right.
yeah, excited.
And
Good stuff.
if somebody has a brand that they really want to empower and bring into the Social Share Club, hey, beep, 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 back it on up, right?
That's good. That's good stuff. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yep. You got it.
Back
Yeah.
it on up.
Back it on up.
Beep.
Beep, beep. You got a message, share it on the Social Share Club. We had one lady yesterday, she was in fitness, right? She was up for a fitness award, a female fitness award. She's amazing, amazing. And there's so many crazy things coming out of our area. Did you hear about Bo Bassett, the wrestler? He's over
I've been
literally right now. He's in Budapest wrestling Greco-Roman and freestyle for the United States.
That's amazing. I've been following a bit of the journey. Yeah, spoke with obviously with the father being a former coach of ours in Richland. But yeah, it's truly amazing to see what that type of dedication and just humility as well as like focus, you know, can lead you. And he's a shining star of that and putting J Town on the map, you know. So
Facts.
gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Facts. It's the things that are there. People just don't seem to understand the things that are happening. There's a crazy shift right now. There's a crazy shift right now going on, and um, it's shining a light, and some people are going, you know, opening up, and some people are going, oh my God, it's too bright, it's too bright, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things.
Get some of these and run to it, baby.
Blockers.
Run right into the light, baby. You know?
After listening to Josh, man, that's all. I'm ready to start sprinting here.
Right? Oh man.
Yeah, we've let's talk. It's got some guests coming up. So some software developers. Hopefully, I'm gonna get some artists on here. I've got some crazy artists trying to keep the time Friday afternoon, but not everybody has the same schedule. We're trying to be cognizant of that. So,
Yeah, I
if
like this. I like this like Friday like lunchtime. You know,
yeah,
like
this Friday
kind of just
lunchtime, people are getting a grub on, just kind of chilling, hanging out,
throwing the mindset.
rolling the mindset, getting your mind right for the
As
weekend.
as a as a as a friend of ours would say, mindset drip.
Get that mindset drip.
Oh, shout
So,
out to Mr. Burger on that one. Oh man.
it um, careful of what you're consuming, right? You know,
Yep. Because guess what? That's probably what's gonna come out. You know.
right,
You fill that water, your glass with dirty water. It's gonna be
right.
pouring out some dirty water. So
Yeah, what comes in is equal to what goes out, right? You,
yes, sir.
you eat bad chicken, it's not gonna come out so well. You eat some bad sushi, you're gonna have a bad day. You know,
That is quite a visual picture there you painted.
you're welcome. Just trying to Van Gogh it over here.
Right, right.
But it's facts though, right?
It's good because that's what you like the analogies and parables, if that's the right word,
Yeah,
are what help people in learning. I forget who said the other day. It was like people. I mean, weren't like necessarily writing very early on. Like people were learning through stories, through examples like you just shared because you can hear something, but then once you like connect it to something else that maybe you've experienced before, you're like, oh yeah, that actually hit home. Yeah, I did have bad chicken, and I didn't like what came out. So why would I do the same thing with my mind? So it's good stuff.
you got to protect your gates. You have there's your mouth gate. So that's your food. Then you have your ear gate, and then you have your eye gate. It's the kind of hear no evil, see no evil, do no evil type thing. Um,
Sure.
so protect yourself and be kind to each other, man. That's really what it comes down to. There's so many people that are dealing with things that we don't know, right? We just don't know what's going on, and love unless people get the opportunity to share their story, like a platform like this. We just typically don't know what's going on with people. They may be having a great day and
Mhm.
want to be a beacon of light, and some other people not so great day, right? And um, being being cognizant of where you are and what how you can help people, right? I follow a mantra, if you will. In order to be blessed, you must first be a blessing.
Mm.
And
Preach, preach.
if I don't feel like, I'm just going, am I being a blessing? And that's kind of, so if I'm not just following that one simple term, if I'm not, that one simple rule, that kind of throws me off. So, you know, put
Love it.
mantras in your life. Like Josh, he's got that whole wall or the whole fridge covered in post-it notes.
Make it visible, baby.
Make
Vision board it.
vision board it. Speak it.
Speak it.
Speak it.
I don't know what's more important. I'd probably say speaking it. Speaking it.
Well,
But they're probably both up there, honestly.
facts. Well, even going biblical from, this would be just like from a technical standpoint. God didn't write the world into existence. He didn't think the world into existence. He spoke the world into existence. So, powerful. People want to call it the big boom, whatever. Yeah, he spoke it. That was the power behind it, and those are the things that we have to speak life into each other. Otherwise, what are we here for? Right? Be good.
Absolutely.
Be good. Man, whew, I could go on. Richard, you and I know we both can go on for days talking about these things.
Absolutely. But we gotta save stuff for
Gotta save some.
more episodes, right?
Just give you guys a taste. Give you the little
Salt Bay mindset.
pow, little pow,
Yes, sir.
just a little salt on top. Cool, man. Closing thoughts for you, brother?
Dude, I think everything Josh said. Rewind this. My closing thoughts are what Josh said.
just rewind it. Just listen to
Exactly.
Josh.
We'll just listen to that on repeat, honestly. Good stuff.
That is.
But yeah, no,
awesome.
appreciate you as always, and yeah, looking forward to being a part of this. So let's get this
Many
going.
more.
Exactly.
All right, Rich. Hey, everyone, thank you for jumping in and watching this jam session in the Social Share Club. I'm your host, Travis. Yeah, boy! You got to listen to Rich and Josh, our future co-hosts, and we look forward to sharing this many more times with you and some life, love, and laughter. So,
I like it. Gotta keep things fun, man.
gotta keep it fresh and fun. So, that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of their day and rest of their week. We will see you on the Social Share Club next week, and keep a lookout for information on the open marketing weekly workshops. We'll be coming out with more information on that. With that, head on over to trav.media. You can sign up there, and you sign up and you're automatically registered to invite 3 more people, so that way you get a free entry into the weekly workshop. We have up to 25 seats available for those at the moment. Maybe we expand, who knows, but otherwise, check you on the flip side. Peace.
Awesome. Later.
Have a mindset of curiosity, and so there can be a lot of pressure to perform. It's like, I really want to make this dream happen.
There's an understanding of mental health and well-being that people don't really realize.
Exercise is the best medicine that there is.
You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe you can do it. You gotta push. You gotta want it.
Adding to positive conversation and elevating everybody's vibration on some level.
I should have done it sooner because You've taken so much burden off me. You've taken so much time that I've wasted off my plate.
You've got to take that leap of faith and step a little bit outside of your comfort zone.
What is going on, Social Share Club? Travis here, and I've got a special episode. But without further ado, grab the like button.
Invest in